All right, so for this video, I kind of wanted to talk about how basically these Draco reptilian sort of archon entities, or like the demonic entities, that they're basically jealous of our divine sparks. And I've talked about the divine spark in another video that I've done, but basically it seems like, and this is like an intuition, but it's also, you can sort of see this with the behavior of these demonic entities, how they try to destroy art, how they try to destroy beauty, how they try to invert everything. It seems like they are extremely jealous of our divine sparks, extremely jealous of our ability, of the human ability to create, to have imagination, to produce things from inside. That seems to be like an ability that they're extremely jealous of. And and it makes me wonder, like to what extent does this divine spark go? Like how powerful is it? And for me, like I said in my other video, I say that the divine spark is sort of like a Green Lantern ring, right? It's like we can use willpower and imagination to create stuff from the power of our spirit. And I think that that's really like the function of it's part of it, right? It also gives us the knowledge of good and evil. It gives us intuition about things. But I think that that's one of the abilities that um, that these Draco reptilian sort of demonic entities are sort of really, really jealous of, is that they're jealous of our sparks. They're jealous of humanity as a whole, right? And I think that this is why this is why these demonic entities essentially, why is it that they hate children so much? Why is it that they hate beauty, art, creativity, and all this other stuff? Is because all of that stuff represents the divine spark. And especially if you look at like how is it that, like how they target children, right? The reason why I believe that they target children and they do child sacrifice is because of the fact that the children are obviously more connected to the inner child. They're more connected to the higher self. They're more connected. I don't like to use the word higher self, but they're more connected to the true divine spark, like the inner light. They're connected to the true self, right? They're more connected to their intuitive faculties. They're more connected to that which the archons hate. And I do believe this is why you have like the satanic ritual abuse that happens all over the world. You have like the child sacrifice to Moloch, and you have like the pedophilia that's rampant in political circles and in positions of power, is because of the fact that I think that represents um, you know something that these on a deep, deep, deep spiritual level, something that these reptilians do not like, something that these reptilians absolutely hate, is our connection to the divine spark, our connection to our higher selves. And I think that, excuse me one moment, and I think that that's why they target children so much. But I think that's also why, like, why is it that they try to destroy whatever it is they try to destroy, whether it's art, creativity, beauty, self-expression, uniqueness, right? They're trying to make everything uniform, everything the same. They're trying to make everything the same thing. You look at like the reptilian sort of consciousness behind, like think about like HOA neighborhoods. Think about like the quote unquote modern art where they tape a banana to the fucking wall, right? Like all that stuff. It's almost like what they're trying to do or what they're doing essentially, is that these reptilians are just crashing out, basically, because they're essentially just jealous. They're trying to destroy what they cannot achieve. They're trying to destroy what they cannot possess, which is the divine spark, the creative force, right? And one of the things about like this sort of Saturn energy, which is where these entities are operating from, and I talked about in another video how I do believe that these reptilian entities, these gray entities, are sort of zombified by Saturn. Now, I do believe that these reptilians might be, I could be wrong, but they may be sort of like zombified versions of, oh my gosh, they might be zombified versions of the original sort of reptilian species, or the reptilian entities that are sort of being controlled by Saturn. But you look at this Saturn sort of energy, or you look at like this energy of darkness, this energy of evil. One of the things that this evil has to do is it has to hijack other entity races to do its work for it. Right, it's like a hive mind. If you think about like the Borg in Star Trek, right, it harvests other entity races to do the work for them because it can't do any of the work. And this link with the divine spark, this link with the creative force, I think you can see this most clearly in how, like the black budget government programs are. If you look at like all the stories, it's always human engineers that have to build the UFOs. It's always human engineers that have to build the brain chips and like the Project Bluebeam satellites and all this other stuff, right? It's always the human being that's the one that's creating like these nefarious things for the system. It's like you don't hear about gray alien engineers. You don't hear about Draco reptilian engineers, right? You don't hear about like think about like the tall whites. I remember seeing like a Y Files video about like the tall whites and how they have a contract with humanity so that they create spaceships for them. And I'm like, okay, like why do they need humanity to create the spaceships for to create the UFOs and like the Tic Tacs and Tic Tac UFOs, right? Why do they need us to create for them? It's because we have that spark and they don't, and they want to use that to destroy us. They want to use that against us, basically. And one of the things that they do is they try to intimidate humanity into using its creativity and its willpower and its genius against itself. And this is why they have to sort of intimidate human beings into creating all of the systems and all of the technology and all the social media and all the Black Mirror, Neuralink chips. Right? They have to convince us to do it because we have that spark and they don't, and they want to destroy that spark using that spark, right? And it's just one of those things where I think that seeing the jealousy, seeing that like the fact that they're basically just giant crash outs, right? These entities, right? They're just giant crash outs, and like they hate us so much because we have something that they don't have, right? And I think, I just got like the image in my head of just like going band for band with an entity, like, ooh, look at me, like I have something that you don't. Like that's basically who we are, is where we are superior to them. We possess a level of supreme power, right, that they don't have. And so, I mean, just on another note, I think that you'll just, anytime you encounter any entities, you'll just go band for band with them, go chakra for chakra, go, go frequency band for frequency band, because I mean, your divine spark is superior to theirs, your light is superior to theirs, and you shouldn't let their jealousy and their inferiority dim your light. That's the video.